Now, do you want to start with the best mock draft ever?
I think save it for the end.
Because the other one was labeled as, I think, the GOAT mock draft.
Wait, what? Oh, man. Either one, then. These guys are cocky.
If I remember correctly, like I was only looking for, because remember when we did this a couple days ago, everyone was talking about, hey, this is the best mock draft. They were all how they didn't want to label them. So when I checked the email thread, a lot of them were titled GOAT, best, number one, the best ever, all caps. I said, all right. So we shall start with...
Which one's the one where it started, though?
Phantom TV.
This is where it all started.
Phantom TV was the one with that energy. He was the one starting this thing out with the whole, yup, what I said, this is how it goes. This is the team, da-da-da-da-da. So let's start with Phantom, all right?
Works for me.
Now, I'm looking at your screen. I believe you got the wrong one up.
No, this is the one that we crowned the best.
Okay. Oh,
I got the other ones on my phone. Exactly.
Let's go.
Listen, if you're gonna call it the best mock draft, it's got to hold up to the one that we claimed as the best mock draft last podcast.
I think that's the wrong one.
So you want me to recap the actual one that we said was the best?
So recap the one that we gave an A to.
Sky Moore in round 2. There was a lot of trades, but these are the players that he picked. Sky Moore, Jaquan Brisker, Travis Jones, Channing Tindall. This was all in the first 3 rounds. And also the last round 3 pick, like I said, he did a lot of drafts, so he's got a lot of extra picks here. Max Mitchell, tackle from the Raging Cajuns. And then the last 3 picks, halfback Ty Chandler from UNC, cornerback Jack Jones from Arizona State, and then edge Christopher Allen from Alabama.
All right.
That mock draft gets better and better as time goes on.
That was A. We like that one a lot.
That thing ages like fine wine.
So, to react to my man, Phantom TV, the best mock draft ever. For those that can't see, for the audio-only people, in the first round, he went with Devontae Wyatt, interior D lineman out of the University of Georgia. At 52 overall in the second round, he went Christian Watson, wide receiver out of North Dakota State. In the third round, he went Brian Cook, safety out of Cincinnati. Fourth round, he went DeMarco Jackson, the linebacker from App State. Sixth round, give me a little HBCU in the building. Akil Glass, the quarterback out of Alabama A&M. And then to wrap it up in the 7th round, he went Jack Jones, the corner out of Arizona State. And Connor Hayward, baby. Tight end, running back, halfback, fullback, H-back, whatever you want to call him, out of Michigan State. Now, Phantom said that this was the best mock. Now, Phantom, I do got a bone to pick with you. Because as I was going through the emails, you sent like 10 different mocks. Okay, so it was hard to identify which mock you felt was your best mock ever. Because even in this email that I took this mock from, it was another mock attached to this mock. Okay? I'm just saying.
You got to pick one.
You got to pick one. Okay? You can't submit 6 different mocks in the same email and then send another 4 in another thread and be like, yo, that was the best one. I didn't know which one you was talking about. Full transparency. So this is the one I went with because I thought, you know what? This seems like, this is the one that he was really digging. All right. So, how you feel about it? Is it the best mock ever?
It is not.
Oh, it is right off the dribble with it. It is not.
It's not terrible. I don't think it's like that good though.
You said it's not terrible. I just don't think it's that good though.
I'll use the one that we claim to be the best mock draft as reference right here.
Yeah. Okay.
So we get Devontae Wyatt in the first round. Him versus Travis Jones. I don't know. I might take Travis Jones. I just might take Travis Jones in a vacuum anyway.
Okay.
And then we got Brian Cook as his safety in round 3. I'll take Jaquan Brisker all day over him.
Okay.
Sky Moore versus Christian Watson. Maybe you could say that's a wash. I might lean Sky Moore, though. I think he better all-around receiver.
Yeah.
And then he's got DeMarco Jackson as his linebacker. We got Channing Tindall. I'll take Channing Tindall all day with that upside and speed over DeMarco Jackson.
Okay.
And then we got an extra offensive tackle in my man's mock draft here in Max Mitchell.
It's true.
We don't have an offensive tackle. We don't have any offensive linemen.
Yeah, no O-line action here. No running back action either. Well,
shown.
I guess his running, depending on how you look at Connor. I was going to say, I don't really feel like he's a running back. So Yeah, no running back.
Yeah,
either.
then we got this. Yeah, in terms of the late picks, then we got Ty Chandler's like little backup speedster running back, an extra corner to throw in there for some competition with depth.
Yeah,
and Christopher Allen out of Alabama in 7th round. You can't go wrong with that. So I'm giving it like an 80.
That sounds about right. Because is it 80 a C for you? Because I was gonna say C for me. I was just checking. Yeah, so for me,
higher end C.
Yeah, so like I like Devontae Wyatt. I don't think, in terms of him versus Jordan Davis, just different players. Honestly, Devontae reminds me more of like, I don't want to say like a 4-3 like shade technique or a gap technique, but
a little tweener.
I think he could fit that almost like a Geno Atkins type. You know what I mean? Like his get off, his ability to shoot through the B gaps and A gaps. I mean, he caused a lot of havoc in the backfield solely based off his get off. And I think that he's violent with his hands. Like he knows how to rush the pass. He knows how to just create pressure. So I definitely like him. Christian Watson, I mean, we've been fans of him, even though I don't like him because he played at North Dakota State, solely because of what they do to my JMU Dukes, what they used to. Now we're above them, us uppity, bougie, 1A teams. We don't dwell on that anymore. But I do like him a lot. Obviously, he has big speed, and he's a jet sweep guy. We know how much that would fit in the Matt Canada offense.
Right.
Brian Cook, I like. I just don't know. Well, I guess if he's going Brian Cook instead of bringing Edmonds back, that makes sense. But I still think we would feel the drop off going from Edmonds to Brian Cook in year one.
Definitely.
So that's my only thing. I wasn't really a fan of that. I like DeMarco Jackson. He's definitely one of the guys that, even since talking about him at the Senior Bowl, he flies around. I just think that he is a box linebacker, though. Like, I don't know how much we're getting in terms of coverage. But even though he tested well, just when I watched him, watch more of his tape from App State, they don't do a lot of him being in coverage. It was more so him in the blitz or him on the running back. And right now, it's like, that's what Devin Bush is going to be doing more than likely,
Yeah.
So I wasn't a fan of that. I like the Akil Glass pick a lot, though. I mean, you look on his tape, I think it was when he played primetime school, he carved them up. But yeah, he could throw, can run. I think that in terms of watching Akil, my biggest knock on him, I like what he can do passing the ball. I think he needs to learn to slide, though, because he was taking some shots at the HBCU level, and it was like, all right, you'll survive that. You're not surviving them type of shots, though, because, like, it just didn't have the wiggle. You know what I mean? Like, he's fast, but you got to wiggle. And he don't have that wiggle. Like how Malik can make a guy. Yeah. He don't have that. So he's going to take a lot more of those shots. Jack Jones, definitely like him. Scrappy as hat corner. And then Connor, like I said, man, Connor is just, you got to have Connor because he's related to Cam. I get that. But in all seriousness, Connor is versatile. I mean, while he was at Michigan State, the dude played running back, return kicks, played tight, he could catch, he can block, he can do a little bit of everything, kind of like that Swiss Army knife. So, I mean, just with more size, so it would be more so, like I said, the battle of the brothers. Connor Hayward versus Derek White.
Yeah.
Fight for your contract, fight for your spot.
So I don't think we have a mock draft to take this one out yet.
Yeah, I would agree. Now, people are asking, though, or not asking, but they're saying with the one that we have deemed our best one, it had trades in it. Mm-hmm. Whereas this one does not have trades. Does that play into the ruling? I'm all for either or. Yeah. I personally think that trading back is an option. If you can, that's why you're being the GM. And it's not like we're talking about this dude trading. Oh, he took, the 20th overall pick and got 2 more first round picks. That's not realistic. But for him to trade back and get an additional second round pick and then get an additional third round pick, I don't think that that's far-fetched. I don't think that's a negative. So that's why I still like that one over this one. But he said, Phantom TV said he has one with trades as well. I know, bro, I told you. Of the 10 that you sent, some of them had a couple of trades. Some of them had a lot of trades. Then you had some with no trades. I just didn't know which one was the best one because you labeled it, all your emails, as the best mock ever. I'm with you. I just was, I need a little more clarity next time.
Do we give him one more chance? Or no?
I don't know.
Is he done?
Do you want me to pick one of the ones that he already sent, or does he do another one and then say, this is the best? Like, I feel like he was just sitting on the computer just going at it like, nope, I don't like how this job. Like,
I mean, it feels unfair to the other people.
It was a lot of mocks. He sent a lot of them in. That's all I'm saying, man. Yeah.
I don't know. Do we give him another chance with it?
I don't know. I might pull up the email right now. Let me see how many I have in here. Let me see what we looking like, man. That's the beauty of technology. You niggas just pull it up. Let me find. Let me get to my. All right. So he has 2 initially for the best mock draft. Then he came back a day later and gave me the best mock draft updated with 2 more.
Okay.
All right. Then he also, let's see, he had another one prior to those 2 that he sent, where it's just titled Best Mock Draft. So we're sitting at 5 right now. That's all I'm saying. That's a lot of mocks. That's a lot of mocks.
What do we do? Do we cut them off, or we give them one more? Do we read the one with the trades?
That's a lot of mocks, man.
He said react to the one with the trades.
That's a lot of mocks. Is this one? That's a lot going on, man.
Is there any trades in it?
Not that one.
That was the same one we just looked at.
Yeah, that was one we just looked at. That's a lot going on with it, man. Maybe down the line.
Okay.
We still got time. The draft is still got 2 weeks. So yeah, a week and a half, 2 weeks. So we got time.
Okay.
But yeah.
If the chat calls for it.
Yeah, they gave it to LeBron with shoot the rock. He says, not 5, not 6, not 7. But Stan Clare does bring up a good point. He says, that's a lot of effort too, though. You're absolutely right. That is. And they said, yeah, you keep doing it. One of them is going to be the best ever.
I don't know, though, man. I don't know. Whatever combination this dude cooked up from last week, we'll see if anyone beats it.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see, man.
To have Sky Moore, Brisker, Jones, and Tyndall.
That's tough.
First 4 picks.
That's tough.
And then also just to throw in another tackle to maybe compete with Dan Moore in the third round.
Move. I like that because you don't neglect the running back position. Yeah.
It's a good one.
But Phantom TV, you got to see. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. All right. But we definitely appreciate you, though, baby. We definitely do. All right. This next one is from Corey Anderson. All right. Now, Corey went this approach. He said, give me Bernard Raymond at 20th overall. Then he went with Let's Go UW's guy, Chad Muma, inside LB out of Wyoming. I like this move in the 3rd round. We talked about him one of our previous episodes. Khalil Shakir, the wide receiver out of Boise State. He went with him in the 3rd round. 4th round, he went Tyson Anderson, the safety out of Toledo. Then in the 6th round, he went Noah Ellis. Excuse me on that. Noah Ellis out of Idaho, interior D lineman. Then in the 7th round, he went with the center out of Washington, Luke Wattenberg. And then he gave us some running back action in the final pick of the 7th round for the Steelers with Kennedy Brooks, running back out of Oklahoma. Does this top the best?
No, definitely
no.
Not.
You're not feeling it? Not at all?
I kind of feel the same way as the last one.
It's lukewarm? It's mid?
Terrible.
It's Reggie?
Yeah.
What is it, man?
You described it to a T right there with all those adjectives.
So with all them adjectives, man. You didn't want that? No.
I think it's mainly Bernard Raymond that gets me. I don't like taking a tackle in the 1st round. We talked about that when we looked at the ESPN 7-round mock draft.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
The dude had us taking Zion Johnson.
Yeah, and then had us coming back 2 picks. 2 rounds later? He had another lineman?
Right, he had 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 picks.
Yeah.
Dude, I guess he would beat out Dan Moore, right? If we're drafting him in the 1st round, they must really love him.
Yeah.
He would be a starter. I just don't really have anyone on the offensive line is my top 5 position of needs right now.
I would agree.
It's cool, but I think we already upgraded our offensive line to a decent amount this free agency.
And then we paid Chooks, so he's going to be a better player because he got paid more. So that's how that works.
I'm expecting Dan Moore to make a little bit of a jump. Just the whole offensive line. Dotson, he's going into his 3rd year. He just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, he'll be a good
Daniels
swing guard.
Awesome.
Absolutely, man.
What's that mean? No. Banner's rule. And now eligible, number 69.
He'll be a good swing guard, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
Mason
Cole at center too. I think we made enough upgrades on the offensive line. We're good to roll with them. And if we want to take someone in the 3rd round, I'm fine with that and give them some competition. But I don't think in the 1st round. We got some studs that are probably going to be available. Whether it's Jameson Williams, Devin Lloyd. There's going to be 4 or 5 guys. Hopefully, when we're sitting there at 20, I just wouldn't want to spend it on a tackle, specifically him either.
Yeah, I think the 3 picks that I like the most. I like the Chad Muma in the 2nd round. Good value, good player, prototypical in terms of the new wave of NFL linebackers. Definitely like that. I like the Khalil Shakir. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. When I watch him, he reminds me a little bit of Sky Moore, just in terms of elusiveness, ability to create the separation, good catching ability, and
maybe
stuff
get him
like
around
that.
later.
Yeah, but I say so. I definitely like that. I still think Sky Moore is the better player, but I'm just saying he kind of like reminds me of his game. And then also like the Kennedy Brooks move. I just wish Kennedy was faster. Like when I watch Kennedy, I think his vision is nice. I think he's patient, but when you see him get into the open field, it's just like he's missing that gear. Now it's not L Bell like, where it's like, you know, L Bell is like, man, dude, like, how you crazy, elusive, and bursty and twitchy in the tackles, but then we get open field, like you got the backpack on you a little bit. Kennedy gave me those vibes. It's like, man, I still want that guy that can, when you go, like, go. I want that. And Kennedy doesn't really give me that.
Yeah. Probably, I don't know if it's maybe just another 80.
Is that mid pack again?
It might be worse. I don't like taking a tackle in the first, so probably in the 70s. 77. I like the second and third round picks, though. They're not terrible. Okay. Muma and then Shakir. He's a nice little sleeper wide receiver, but I really don't like that tackle in the first round. Yeah. If he just would have had, like, oh man, see, that it'd mess up his whole mock draft if he would have went like Devin Lloyd or Jamison Williams.
Yeah.
Because then you wouldn't take those dudes in the second round, but I don't like tackle in the first. That's what really gets me. Okay. That's a huge knock. That's like minus 20 points. You know, on tests, like some answers that like, they waited a little bit more.
This count more. This is open ended. All right, this was a multiple choice open ended. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you could mess up the 6th round pick. I don't care, but messing up the 1st round pick, it's a little weighted.
And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like how he ends the draft. I'm like Luke as the center. I'm like, I think he's a little lighter. But I still thought he moved well. I thought he had big, like more size, like in terms of like height and just frame than Kendrick Green. So I'm like, okay, I'm not against that. I thought that, like I say, he'd do some good things. I just think that he struggles against power rushers, and obviously that could be a little bit of an issue. But I thought he was fundamentally sound. Like I said, I like Kennedy Brooks as well. But yeah, to start it out, you can't start it out rough though, man.
What's your grade? I'm a tough grader today. I was a jackass.
It's like that, man. But you don't like that Reggie pack. I get it, bro. If it ain't exotic, if it ain't real loud, make your ears hurt, you don't want to deal with it. And I think that this falls into that same category of C. Definitely a C.
C.
It's a strong C, but it's a C.
All right, it's up to the chat then.
Yeah, I'll give it a capital C. I wouldn't lowercase it, but I would say C.
Give us some other options to beat this GOAT mock draft.
Yeah, man.
Sky Moore, Brisker, Travis Jones, Tyndall. First 4 picks. Yeah. Somehow beat that.